and the meaning of imperil, the means of imperil is to put something or someone in danger. The next one is outdoor.
I learned another word for danger or peril last night.
What is it?
And that is menace.
Menace. Menace doesn't
M-E-N
always mean danger. It could, but it doesn't always. We also have jeopardy.
Threat.
Jeopardy. Have you heard jeopardy?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, yes. It's can you see the chat box? Jeopardy. J-E-O-P-A-R-D-Y. Jeopardy. It also means danger.
Jeopardy,
but the menace that you said doesn't always mean danger. Okay? It means other things too. But jeopardy, peril, and danger all do mean danger all the time.
Yes.
Okay. You can say, for example, you put someone in jeopardy. It means to put them in danger. Okay? Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, go on, please.
The next one is outdoor and indoor. And there are the outdoor means existing, happening, or used outside, not inside a building. And the adjective form is outdoorsy and indoorsy. There are informal words, and it's useful people, just for people. People, outdoorsy people who outdoorsy means people who are used to going out a lot.
Would you please say it again? You broke up. Outdoorsy means? Say it again.
Outdoorsy means people who are used to going out.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Excellent.
Yes,
yes,
and
a lot. Yes. And indoorsy is the reverse. Yes, very good. Can you hear me well? Am I breaking up?
Yes.
No? Okay. Okay. As soon as something happens, because I'm testing something, as soon as something happens to my voice, please just tell me. Okay, go on, please.
Okay. The next one is shades. Shades means sunglasses.
Yes.
And shade as a verb means a slight darkness or shelter for the direct light of the sun. And the next one is discarded. It means throw away or to get rid of something. You usually put them in a trash bin.
Yes.
And the next one is account for. We had to search about it. I searched a lot. I found 4. Excuse me, 5.
Okay. The countdown starts with 10, not 1.
The first one is to give a reason for or to explain the reason for something. For example, I can account for the mistake.
Yes, right. Excellent.
Number 2, the cause of something. For example, these new features account for the computer's higher price.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. Go on.
And the third one is to be responsible for destroying, killing, or putting out of action. I can't find a good example.
No. Here you shouldn't say I can't find. What should you say?
I didn't find. I couldn't find.
I couldn't find. There is a difference in meaning. I couldn't find a good example for this. Okay, what example did you find?
I found, but I didn't understand.
Okay,
it didn't make sense for me.
Just say it.
To me.
To me. Yeah, it was so hard to understand. And that the fourth is...
Shirin, what was it that was hard to understand? I was waiting for you to say it.
Your voice is very bad.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
It seems that you are in the ocean.
Am I good now?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I was using the laptop's microphone. Okay, go on. So what is the example for that one that you didn't understand?
Unfortunately, I didn't write them.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yes.
Give the definition again. The fourth definition. Say it again, please.
To be responsible for destroying, killing, or putting out of action.
Okay. You can say, for example, road accidents account for 40% of annual death in Iran. Like, for example, road accidents account for example, it's not real, 40% of annual deaths in Iran.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Road accident. Thank you.
Okay, what's next?
The next one, to make up or form a part of something. For example, women account for only 25% of our employees.
Very good. Now, say that sentence again, please. Read it again and focus.
Women.
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 Very good. Women account for. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay.
Only
good.
20.
That was great. Very good. Excellent. And now.
And the last one.
There's a last one. Okay. Sure.
Yes. The last one is to think about something before doing something, or to take something into consideration. For example, the researchers failed to account for that most of the students were poor.
Yeah, that is too long. Can you make another sentence? A sentence of your own with this meaning. For example, Shirin, I tell you, you must be in my class by 4. Okay, don't be late. And then this is the first time that you come to my class, and you come here by 4:30, not 4. And I asked you, okay, what happened? You promised to be here by 4. You said, I'm sorry, I didn't account for the traffic. حساب ترافیک رو دیگه نکرده بودم. حساب یه چیزی رو نکردن. یه چیزی رو در نظر نگرفتن. جا انداختن از حساب کتاب ها. Okay? If you account for traffic, you might be late for about 30 minutes. This is another example.
Okay.
If you see where the
If you account for traffic, you might be late for about 30 minutes. اگه حساب ترافیک رو هم بکنی، یه نیم ساعتی ممکنه دیر برسی.
If you account for the traffic.
Yes. Account.
You must be. Yes.
You might be. You might be or you must be. حالا بسته به شرایط. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
The next one is floating and afloat.
Yes.
Both of them are adjectives and for example, you can find them floating in the ocean or you can find them afloat in the ocean.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. The next one is debris. Piece of waste material, paper, something like that. Debris. The next one is lose and abandon. Lose is where means to become able to find someone or something. But abandon means to give away from a place permanently. And the first one, lose, it's not intentional, but abandon is intentional.
Very good. Yes.
And the next one is
without any plan to come back.
Who?
Permanently.
Yes.
For abandonment.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Of course, that's not the only meaning of abandon. It somehow is. Like, for example, we use abandon as an adjective. We say abandoned. Do you know anything about that? Shirin, do you know anything about
abandoned?
Abandoned, yes, as an adjective. No.
Desert.
Deserted, yes. Deserted, yes. Like an abandoned.
Deserted, yes.
Abandoned, for example, houses in the war. How do you say it in Farsi then? Yes, very good. Yes, exactly. Exactly, very good. Okay, go on, Shirin.
And we have another word which is very similar to abandon.
What is
abundance?
Ah, yes, that's something else, of course. And there's you in it.
Abundance means
yes. Means what?
It means many.
A lot, not many, but a lot.
A lot.
A lot of something. What is the noun for? Yes. What is the noun for?
Abundance.
Do you know a good Farsi equivalent for it?
Faravani.
Yes, exactly. Faravani, wofur. Exactly. And you might see this word in, religious texts, or when people talk about God and good things in the universe, they talk about abundance. Abundance.
Abundance. Yes.
Okay, go on.
The next one is reef safe screen. Means the sunscreen. The next one is blackout.
No. Reef safe screen doesn't mean sunscreen. Screen is sunscreen. Reef safe is a feature for some sorts of sunscreen. Not all of them are reef safe. ریف سیف خودش معنی ضد آفتاب نمیده. حالا میگم فارسی وقت اشتباه نکنه. سانسکرین یا اسکرینه خودش به تنهایی به معنی ضد آفتابه. بعضیاشون ریف سیفن، یعنی بدون ریف توشون این محلوله توش به کار نرفته، بعضی رفته.
من خیلی هم گشتم تو دیکشنری ریف سیف اصلا پیدا نکردم.
من فکر کردم متوجه شدید اون دفعه که داشتم
نه.
Okay, that's the good thing about review. We should thank the founder of the review sessions.
Okay, reef safe. Okay, I got it. The next one is blackout.
Now that we're on it, یعنی حالا که بحث چیزه اینم یاد بگیرید. Now that we're on it. Yes, I'm typing it. Now that we're on it, or sometimes we say speaking of. بعد بقیه‌اش رو میگیم. حالا اینفورمال تو محاوره است. Now that we're on it, we also have sunblock. یه وقتایی حالا sunblock بلوکه کردن. Sunblock, sunscreen هر دو به معنی ضد آفتابه. Okay? Sometimes I don't know the difference. Maybe one is British, one is American. I'm not sure. But I know that both are used, meaning ضد آفتاب. Okay? So just so you know. Okay, go on. What's next?
The next one is a phrasal verb, blackout. Blackout means stop or prevent spread. Prevent to spread something.
Prevent from the spread of something. How about blackout, Shirin? You said blackout. How about blackout? We have blackout too. What does that mean?
Blackout, when electricity goes away.
Yes, very good. Goes out, yes. When the power goes out, electricity goes out, we say there's a blackout. But usually blackout is very widespread, like the ones we recently had in Iran. You know, a very large part of the city or a whole city doesn't have access to electricity. It's a blackout. Usually it means that. But if the power goes out in just one alley or one street, you don't call it a blackout. Okay, go on. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
The delay is back?
No.
Okay. No, it's okay now.
Oh, okay.
And how do you black out? For example, you say there is a blackout.
Yes, there is a blackout. There's a blackout in Tehran right now, for example. There's a blackout. The power went out, electricity went out. اینها معمولی هن. اوکی؟ البته یه بلک اوت هم میتونه یه went out بشه. electricity went out هم دربارش گفته بشه. اما معمولا when we say blackout, it means it's a large one. A very large area is affected. Usually.
Like pandemic.
Like yes. Pandemic. Yes, exactly. Like a pandemic, yes.
Yeah. The next one is marine life.
Yeah.
Marine means ocean and sea. And,
no. Marine doesn't mean ocean. It means related to the ocean. Okay.
Related to the ocean. And we can say marine as a Navy officer.
Yes. Navy. Navy, not Navy. Navy, yes. We also call them marine seals, I think. Seal. Do you know what a seal is?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a kind of animal in the sea. I think, yes, I think we say folk. Yes. Is it the same as Shirdarya? Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, something like that. Because, you know, marine officers are supposed to be very powerful and muscular and endure a lot of difficulties. So they call them marine seals, apparently. Okay, go on.
The next one is at the same time and some equivalent for it at the same time.
And I learned concomitantly.
Yes. Concurrently and concomitantly. Yes. And the next one is end up. End up doing something. We use it, this word in the end of the sentence. For example, I wanted to make a big meal tonight, but I ended up making an omelet. Making an omelet is not my intention, but you had a plan, but at the end you didn't do it, and you
weren't able to.
Yes, and it's not your willing, but end up in. We use it in the first at the beginning of the sentence. For example, people who end up in hospitals usually have bad eating habits.
Yes. Right.
The next one is coral. Coral is a noun.
You can call it a sea creature. A sea creature. Okay. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Yes.
Yes. It seems that they their substances are from the bones of very small sea creatures.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were some sort of plants. So they're not plants then, right? No? Hello?
Hard, red, white, or pink substances.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, okay. There was a
Hi.
very long
There is a delay.
delay, yes. Can you hear me right now? Right now?
Delay.
Right
Yes.
now?
Yes. Yes. Now it's okay.
Okay. So say it again. What's a coral?
Okay. A hard, red, white, or pink substance formed from the bones of very small sea creatures. Sea creatures, which is often used to make jewelry.
Oh, I see. I thought it's a kind of plant. So it's not that. I see.
No.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for saying that.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay. So there are islands made of corals. I've heard there are islands made of corals. They must be really expensive islands. Okay, go on.
The next one is dweller. It's a formal and it's a noun. It means city, town, cave. For example, city dweller mean people who live in the city.
Yes.
And it's not just for people. It's for animals and plants also. The next one is single use. Something you can use it just one time.
No, say that sentence again, Shirin. Something you can
use just one time.
Very good.
You use just one time.
Disposable.
The synonym is
disposable. Yes.
Disposable. The antonym.
Antonym.
Yes,
antonym is reusable.
Yes, very good. Reusable. Yes, very good.
It was the last one.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, when you were talking about account for, different definitions for account for, I forgot to tell you, you have to bear in mind that there is a passive form too. Sometimes you see it being used in a passive form. Okay, for example, the traffic was not accounted for. Okay, I want you to be familiar with this so that if you see this in a text, you can understand it. It was not
the traffic
was not accounted for example, for instance. The traffic was not accounted for. Instead of saying, okay, my friend didn't account for the traffic, I say, okay, the traffic wasn't accounted for.
The traffic was not accounted for.
Yes.
یعنی به حساب نیاورد ترافیک رو یا تو محاسباتش حساب نکرد.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And in other definitions too. In other definitions too. Okay. Just bear in mind that the passive form is used too. For example, I don't know how they say جهش‌های, for example, ویروس کرونا. How can you
mutations?
What?
Yes.
What?
The mutations of coronavirus were not accounted for by scientists.
Yes, by scientists who first started studying this virus, for example. Not all of them, huh? Just an example.
Yes.
You can use it in different texts. So Shirin, when you're, for example, learning a new expression like account for, always try to make passive sentences with it too, so that you're familiar with the passive form, so that if you see it in a text, you won't get confused. You know, you will soon understand that, it's account for just in passive. Okay? So let's start today's. And Behzad, would you please start reading the first paragraph?
How the body handles heat.
Yes.
Maintaining a constant internal temperature of about 98.6 the Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit, is a balancing act.
Very good.
Muscles and organs generate heat that is shed through the skin, but the body also absorbs heat from the environment.
Yes.
A warming climate is exposing almost a third of the world's population to potentially deadly heat.
Yes, very good. So how the body handles heat. I think this part is pretty much straightforward and easy to understand,
Yes.
right? Shirin, do you have any questions about the title? How the body handles heat? No, we translate it. Do you just understand it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so maintaining a constant internal temperature of about 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit is a balancing act. Maintaining. What does maintaining mean, and what is a synonym for this word?
Holding.
Holding, yes, or keeping. A constant. Yeah. What is another word for constant?
Constant is something that is going continuously,
yes,
or that is being done continuously.
Yes, it's always there. Constant internal temperature of about blah blah is a balancing act, okay? Muscles and organs generate heat that is shed through the skin. What does shed mean?
Shed means here it means the heat will go out of the body and internal organs by the skin or through the skin.
Yeah, but how? You're correct. It goes out. But what kind of going out is shedding?
Perspiring.
Yeah, what did you say, Shirin? No, in English. Evaporation. Yes, you could say that.
Sweating.
Yeah. These are ways in which it happens. I was looking for another word. Okay, that is good. I wanted you to say, radiate, using the word radiate, because it radiates. It goes through, rays and waves. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted that. And shed is also used in other texts too, meaning other things. Like, for example, for her. You can use shed for her too, right? Hello?
For her?
Hair on your head. Yes. Yeah. Or on or on animals' bodies. Hair on animals' bodies. Like, for example, cats and dogs shed hair. Cats and dogs shed hair. You can say that too. Okay?
Oh, what does it mean here? Shed hair?
It means rizishamu. Okay.
Oh, yes.
It's.
Or, for example, when you lose weight, we can say he shed extra weight.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Very good. Exactly. Yes. I didn't have that in mind.
Yes.
Very good. Yes, I didn't have that in mind. Yes, you can suffer from, for example, hair shed. A dog can, a cat can, and also you can shed extra weight, of course. Yes. Shed through the skin, but the body also absorbs heat from the environment. Okay, this part is pretty much clear too. A warming climate is exposing almost a third of the world's population to potentially deadly heat. I want you to explain this sentence in English.
It wants to say that the climate is going to be warm and warm, and the writer used the warming climate here, which is going to affect 1/3 of the world's population.
Instead of 1/3, excuse me, instead of 1/3, what else can you say? I want you to
30%.
30%? Yeah, why not? Yes.
33.
Yeah, almost. What else? A third, 1/3, 33%. What else? These are paraphrase techniques that you can use in your writing tasks. So
what else?
the one in the text is a third. What you said was 1/3. Also, for example, 33%. What else? You can also say, we had this before, 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3.
1 out of 3 people, or 1 out of 3 people in the world's population. Yes. So a warming climate is exposing blah blah to potentially deadly heat. What does climate mean, and what is the difference between climate and weather?
Weather means آب و هوا. For example, here in Tehran, today, the weather is, for example, X, and tomorrow will be Y, you know.
Okay.
But climate is إقليم. For example, the north of Iran has a specific climate.
Yes.
And it is not going to change every day or every, every hour.
Excellent. Yes.
It is the difference between weather and climate.
Yes. Climate. Don't say climate.
Climate.
Climate. Yes, climate. Okay, would you please go on? No. Here we have the word expose. Okay. Expose. What is the preposition that you use with expose?
To be exposed to something.
Very good. Yes, to. To be exposed to something is passive. The active form is to expose someone to something.
Someone to something,
okay.
Yes.
Would you please make a sentence of your own? One in passive form and one active.
Yes. During these days, I had a lot of exposure to coronavirus patients.
Very good. But that was the noun form. That is good. But use the verb form. Yeah. The same thing.
Yes.
Say it again.
Exposing to coronavirus patients made me vulnerable to get the actual disease.
Yes, that was good. But now use it in passive form. Of course, the first one was not correct. You said exposing to coronavirus patients. That sentence was wrong. Can you correct it? Let me say something in Farsi. We have to expose.
Being exposed.
Something, yes, very good. Something or someone to something means چیزی یا کسی را در معرض چیزی قرار دادن. Okay? And again, we have to be exposed to something. در معرض چیزی قرار گرفتن, which is passive. Okay.
So for the second sentence, being exposed
to,
would be right, yes?
Yes. Say it again now, please. Being exposed to?
Being exposed to corona patients made me vulnerable to get the actual disease.
Yes. Made me vulnerable. The stress is on the first syllable. Made me vulnerable. So you used passive. Now use active. Expose.
After getting the coronavirus, I exposed my whole family members to this virus.
I exposed my, yes, that's exactly true. Yes, very good. Now, Shirin, you make one example. One active, one passive.
Women in our country aren't exposed to sunlight because of our dress code.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Aren't exposed to. Yes, very good. Very good. Excellent. Now, use an active form.
Active.
Now, while you're thinking, Shireen, I'll ask Bezad another question. On medication bottles and some tablets, yeah, what is the sentence that you read and there's the word expose or exposure?
Out of children's exposure.
Yeah, that's one. What else do you see? Also the verb expose. How do you see it being used on different medications?
Do not expose to children.
Yeah, to children. Or sometimes there are some medications that should not be in the sun. So what is red? What can be read on them? What?
Sunlight. Do not exposure to. Do not expose to sunlight.
Yes, that too. Yes. Okay, Shu. Now back to you. What's your example? Have you made one or not?
Yes. The mobile phone expose people to bad radiation.
Mobile phones expose people to bad radiation. Yes, you could say that. Yeah, why not? There's another one. As a parent, you must have heard this. I'll give you just some words, and I want you to make the sentence about children and the word expose or exposure, exposed to, blah, blah, and violence. Can you make up that sentence?
Violence.
Watching horror movies will expose the children.
What is it, Bezat? Say it out loud.
Yes, for example, watching horror movies will expose the children to violence.
Yes, exactly. Or parents are yes. What are you saying?
Uncontrolled using of mobile phone.
Yes, you can continue that. Can expose people, can expose children.
Can expose children to, for example, to
violence again.
Bad things.
Bad things, violence. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Okay, so
uncontrolled.
What did you say?
Uncontrolled.
Uncontrolled mobile what? What was your sentence, Shireen?
Uncontrolled using?
Use of mobile phone, she said. Uncontrolled use of mobile phone can expose children to violence. Yes, you can say that. Uncontrolled. I think unmonitored would be better, but I have to check if unmonitored can be used. Monitor, in my opinion, is a better word here because it means to control. Monitor. Monitor as a verb, yes.
Unsupervised.
Unsupervised, very good, excellent, yes, unsupervised. Let me check unmonitored. No, we don't have unmonitored, no. But unsupervised, of course. No, we have unmonitored.
Okay.
Not monitored or kept under observation, yes. Like unmonitored patients, for example. Unmonitored patients can go into a coma, for example. You need to monitor patients in a hospital.
Yes.
Also, unmonitored or unsupervised mobile use can expose children to violence. Yeah, sure. Very good. Okay, would you please go on and read the next paragraph? It's a short one. A system.
A system for cooling off. The body transfers heat to anything it touches,
Yes.
including clothes and the surrounding air. Heat radiating from the skin and sweat evaporating from it provide most of the body's cooling.
Read the second sentence again, please.
Heat radiating from the skin and sweat evaporating from it provide most of the body's cooling.
Okay. Now, heat radiating from the skin. What is the... It's a reduced clause. What is the long and full form of it?
Heat radiating from the skin. Heat which is radiating from the skin.
Yes. Or radiate from the skin. You can use any active tense. Yes. Heat which radiates from the skin, and also sweat. Sweat what? What is the full form?
Sweat mean?
No, the full form. That's another reduced clause.
Sweating.
No. Sweat evaporating here is also a reduced clause. What is the full form?
Yes. Which is sweat which evaporates from it.
Yes. Now, comma, there's a comma in your mind, not in the text.
Yes.
And sweat evaporating from it, there's a pause, provide most of the body's cooling. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So is there anything difficult in this paragraph? Anything that you need explanation for? Shireen, how about you?
No.
Okay. Now, Shireen, read the first paragraph, number 1. There are 4 stages of heat stroke. The first one is?
Number 1. Heat stress is detected.
Heat stress is detected, Shireen. What is the tense of this sentence?
Passive, simple present.
Exactly.
Passive.
Very good. Excellent. Yes. Simple present and passive. Yes, go on.
Passive. Receptors.
No.
In
Don't pronounce it like this. Not receptors.
Other part.
Say it again.
Receptors.
Receptors.
Receptors. In the skin and other parts of the body sense that a person is starting to overheat. Climate, activity level, and clothing can all affect internal temperature.
The stress is on the first syllable, yes. Receptors in the skin. Receptor is a noun. What is the verb of this noun? What is the verb form?
Receptor. Receptive.
No, come on, no. You know this. No. That was a trick question. No. Trick question. Okay, I won't say it.
Receptive.
No. The verb.
Receptive.
No.
Receptive. No.
I give you a hint. Okay. You have to change the P in this word in order to get to the verb form. P.
Receipt.
No. Receipt is another noun. What did you say? What did you say?
Receipt.
No, not receipt.
Receipt.
No, receipt is another noun form. It's another noun form. In Farsi, we say receipt, but it's not receipt, it's receipt. Yes. What is the verb form?
Receptor of the...
If I tell you, you will kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's easy. Come on, you have to change the P into another letter. And there is no T. Okay, let me give you another hint. There are some words whose verb form and noun form are different in dictation. Like, for example, describe is a verb. What is the noun form?
Description.
Description. Very good. So now we have receipt or receptor. The verb form is different. The dictation, the pronunciation is different. You do. You know it. Receive. Okay. That is the verb form, receive. Okay. So we have receive as the verb. Receptor is one noun. Receipt is another noun. Receptive, I'm not sure. You said receptive, I'm not sure. It might exist. We also have reciprocal as the adjective. Okay, there are different forms. So receptors in the skin and other parts of the body sense that a person is starting to overheat. What does overheat mean? And what is the part of speech of overheat in this sentence?
To overheat. No. Overheat.
What is the part of speech? Bezat, what is the part of speech?
Adjective?
No, come on. What adjective goes to the end of the sentence? Bezat, what is it?
Overheat.
No.
It's a verb.
Yes, it's a verb. It's a verb in here. A person is starting to overheat. Overheat is a verb. It's also used in other things too. Like, for example, when the radiator in your car overheats. How do you say that in Farsi, Shirin? When the do we call it the radiator? Radiator دیگه درسته؟ جوش میاره. Right? We say جوش میاره. The radiator in your car overheats. And then you have to do something to cool it off or to cool it. Okay, so receptors in the skin and other parts of the body sense that a person is starting to overheat. What does sense mean, Shirin, in here?
Sense, fine, understand,
yes.
sense,
yes, or feel, or understand, yes.
Yeah.
And now the second sentence, climate, activity level, and clothing can all affect internal temperature. Do you understand this part too?
Yes.
Is it clear? Completely? Okay. So the first stage was heat stress. Heat stress is detected. Now, Shirin, what is heat stress? What does stress mean in here?
Stress, something cause heat. Stress.
No, heat stress doesn't mean something that causes heat. No.
Heat stress.
What does stress mean, Shirin? When, for example, I say that, for example, Bezat said vulnerable, and I said no, vulnerable. The stress is on the first syllable. What does stress mean when I'm talking about pronunciation? What does stress mean?
When to put pressure when you are going to...
Yes, pressure, exactly. So heat pressure, it means heat is more than the body can tolerate. It becomes a pressure.
Yes.
It becomes a pressure. So heat stress is the pressure of the heat. That's the first stage. Okay, would you please go on? Read the next paragraph. The bodies.
Number 2, the bodies. Thermostat.
No.
Thermostat.
No. Thermostat. Thermostat. Yes.
Takes note.
Takes note. What does this mean? Takes note.
Takes notes. The body thermostat takes notes. Understand.
Very good. Exactly. It means to pay attention. Not understand, but pay attention. Yes. And we also have take notes. Okay. Don't mistake the two. To take note or to take note of something. If you mention a noun after it, then you have to use a preposition. For example, I'm talking, and I say, okay, Shirin, take note, means pay attention. But if I say take note of what I just said, it means pay attention to what I just said. We also have take notes. It's literal. It means to write down some short forms of my speech. Okay, that is taking notes. Okay, so you understand this part? The body's thermostat takes note. Go on. Also, the thermostat. What's a thermostat? Can you explain in English?
Something that works like thermostat. For example, when there is heat, it tries to cool it, and when it's very cool, it tries to heat it.
Okay, can you put it in another way? Can you explain better? What you said was correct, but can you make it better? Give me a better explanation. What's a thermostat? What does it do?
It's a device that regulates temperature.
Very good. That regulates temperature or maintains the temperature they was given to. For example, you set the thermostat at, for example, 30 degrees Celsius. So as Shirin said, if it gets hotter or warmer, it does something to cool down the room or cool it off and make the room back at 30 degrees. Take the room back at 30 degrees Celsius again. Okay.
Yes.
And we also have thermos. What's a thermos?
What? Thermos?
Yeah, I just typed it, yes.
Thermos.
No, not thermos, no. It's TH, thermos. It comes from thermostat, but a thermos.
Thermos?
Yeah.
Thermos.
It's something that you use in order to keep your tea.
Something that...
Something what?
You said what? Tea?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Falaske chai, yes. Exactly. It's thermos. Thermos.
Thermos.
Yeah. Okay, so.
That was a good hint.
It was a good hint?
Yes.
Just gave it away. There was no hint. Okay. So the body's thermostat takes note. The brain's
takes note.
Yes, go on.
The brain's hypothalamus signals acrine glands in the skin to release sweat to 3 pounds an hour.
Yeah. So the brain's hypothalamus, what's hypothalamus in Farsi?
It's a part in our brain.
Hypothalamus.
Yes, exactly. Signals. What is the part of speech of signals in here?
Signals, yes. The brain's hypothalamus signals acrine glands in the skin. It's a verb.
Yes, exactly. Yes. It can also be a noun, but not in here. So signal is a verb. Acrine glands. Okay, I don't know what kind of glands they are, but they are in the skin.
Acrine.
Yes.
Acrine is related to, endocrinology. Endocrine, exocrine. غدد داخله، غدد مترشح خارجی.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know that in Farsi. I just know that it's pronounced ikrin. Okay, thank you. So it's a whole new topic. Eccrine glands, it's a kind of gland, apparently in the skin, to release sweat up to 3 pounds an hour. Can you understand this part, Shireen? What does it mean?
To sweat more than 3 pounds in every hour?
No, not more than. Up to doesn't mean more than. Up to means what?
Up to 3 pounds any time, not more than.
Means the maximum amount is this. Up to 3 pounds. 3 pounds. It's one of the meanings. There's another meaning too. Up to doesn't just mean the maximum amount. It also means as far as a destination, for example. For example, with this much gas in the tank, you can go up to 4 kilometers. Okay. He was so tall. He was so tall. I was up to his waist. Okay.
Yes.
So up to 3 pounds an hour, only about 5%. Go on. You didn't read this part.
Only about 5% of the 2.5 million glands are active at any given time.
Yes. Are active at any given time. What does this part mean, Shireen?
Only about 5% at any given simultaneously in
no, not
the same time.
No, doesn't mean simultaneously.
Any given time. At any given time.
It doesn't mean simultaneously. How do you translate it into Farsi?
در هر زمان.
Yeah, a better translation for it. What would be a better translation for at any given time? در هر زمان is good, yes.
در هر لحظه.
Yes. But it doesn't mean simultaneously. Simultaneously means همزمان. It doesn't mean
همزمان.
No, it doesn't mean
at the same time.
No, it doesn't mean at the same time.
در هر برهه‌ای از زمان یا در هر زمان خاص.
Yes, very good. Yes. در آن واحد. Only 5%. یعنی که همشون با هم در یک لحظه هیچ وقت عرق نمی‌کنن. هر چقدر هم که شما عرق کنید فقط 5%شون در هر لحظه 5. یعنی چی؟ Can you explain it more? What does it mean when it says only about 5% at any given time?
Only about 5% of the 2.5 million glands are active at any given time.
At each time?
Yeah. The time part. I want you to explain exactly what it means. Besset, you were saying?
It wants to say that we have more than enough of these glands in our body, and it shows that the human being or the human body has the capacity to sweat a lot when it's needed. But at any given time, only 5% of these glands are occupied or are
active,
sweating, active. Yes.
And what happens to the other 95%?
We don't need to them to be active.
No, we don't need them. Not we don't need to them. Okay.
Yeah, we don't need them.
Need to is something else. Need to معنی must باید میده. اون باهاشه. به معنی احتیاج داشتن به نیست. Okay. با این قاطیش نکنید. We don't need. But I had something in mind. I'm not sure. I wanted to ask you. I thought maybe, I don't know, but I thought maybe it means that we have these 2.5 million glands in our body, in our skin. And then when it says that
Yes.
at any given time, only 5% are working, it means that, for example, maybe after, I don't know, 10 minutes, the 5% which is active becomes passive, and then another 5% starts working, and then another.
Exactly.
Does it mean that? Does it make sense to mean that?
I don't know.
Okay. That was vague. Okay.
No. Yeah. No comment.
No comment. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Or one of my colleagues says it's the matter of debate.
Oh, I see. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I say oh my see instead of oh my God. Okay, so I don't know that. But let's go on. Bezat, would you please read the third paragraph?
Yeah. I learned another, expression.
What is it?
It's in what is, and that, for example, I heard that a doctor was talking about a scientist who passed away, and he said he was a goat, G-O-A-T.
Yes, goat.
And goat means, the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I see.
You know?
Yeah, I remember that from
like
Esai Shojo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You remember the goat in Esai Shojo?
Yes.
با همش با حروف بزرگ. The greatest of all time.
I see. Okay, that was new. The greatest of anything?
Yeah.
Anything? Or just doctors?
Maybe the greatest of, for example, scientists of all time.
I see. Maybe.
Yes.
So we can say that accounts for the character of the goat in Pesar Shuja.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He was a doctor.
It's what? What did you say?
He was a doctor.
Yes, exactly. A doctor, not a scientist. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that was good. Thanks for sharing. I didn't know that.
Thank you.
Because you know why? I didn't know that. Did you mean that or not? But it stands for greatest of all time.
It stands for.
It stands for greatest of all time. Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Shirin, did you understand?
Yes.
Say it in Farsi.
مخفف.
Yes. مخفف what?
Goat دیگه.
No.
Goat
is short for what?
Greatest.
The greatest.
The greatest of all time.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Excellent. Yes, go on, please. Number 3.
Blood is rushed to the skin.
Yeah. No, wait here. Blood is rushed to the skin. What is the tense of this sentence?
Passive.
Simple present passive.
Yes. Why did
simple present passive?
Yes, simple present passive. Why did the writer use simple present? Which application of simple present is this?
Because it's a fact.
Yes, a scientific fact. In scientific journals, in scientific articles, you usually see, if it's not a report of something they did, it's usually in present simple, active or passive, because it's all fact. It's just science. It's always true or usually true. Okay, very good. Go on. Blood is rushed to the skin.
Blood vessels. Yes. Blood vessels dilate. Funneling.
Yes. No. Funneling.
Funneling more blood into capillaries in the skin. This vasodilation carries heat from the body's core to its surface, where it can be radiated away.
Yes. Blood is rushed to the skin. What does rush mean in here?
Rush, move quickly.
Very good. Very good. Go on. Blood vessels. What's another synonym for blood vessels?
Veins.
Yes. Blood vessels, veins. Yes, exactly. Dilate. And what does dilate mean?
dilate means گشاد شدن. Means to
become wider, right?
Become wider, yes.
Yes. Dilate, yes. You see dilation in other parts of the body too, like where?
Dilation.
Heart. I never heard it about the heart. Might be, right? Is it about the heart?
Dilation or dilatation?
No. Dilation meaning becoming wider. I know that it's used for your pupils.
Yes.
The pupils dilate when you're in darkness. They dilate.
The noun is dilation or dilatation.
No, I don't know about dilatation. I know about dilation. It is dilation. And now that you said, I can check dilatation to see what that is.
Dilatation.
Yes. It says here that dilatation. No. It's not dilatation. I typed dilatation and it gave me dilatation. Okay. That
we have dilatation.
Yes. It's actually dilatation, but the pronunciation is both dilatation and dilation. I didn't know that. Thank you. So
we have both of them, dilation, dilatation.
The pronunciation is different. The dictation is the same as what you said. Okay, I see. Let me type this. So
the dictation is not the same.
But in here I see it says it's the same. It's dilatation, but the pronunciation is different. You sometimes say dilation, also dilatation. So what is the thing that you said? What is the thing that you said?
Because dilatation has, TA اضافه. Dilatation.
بله اینی که من اینجا تایپ کردم همینه. Dilatation دیکتشه اما 2 تا تلفظ داره. در واقع 4 تا تلفظ داره. Dilatation هم هست. با تی و بدون تی هم خونده میشه ولی یه دونه دیکته است. همین دیکته که شما DI.
Dilatation.
Thanks for saying that. I didn't know that. I never knew that. Dilatation.
Thank you.
Okay. So, dilatation, dilatation, and also dilatation. Okay, there are 4 different pronunciations for this word. That was new. That was interesting. Okay, so yes, it means becoming wider, right?
Yes, or stretch or becoming wider. Yes,
very good. So blood vessels dilate, funneling more blood. We had funnel before, remember?
No.
we do.
But I can get.
What does it mean?
Funnel, قیف نبود.
Yes, exactly. So it acts as a funnel. Funnel as a verb means that it acts as a funnel. Yes. So blood vessels funnel. Yes, more blood into. Can you put another word instead of funnel in this sentence?
Transmit.
Yes, transmit. I'm not sure if you can
transfer.
Yes, transfer. Transmit means I think for waves, for example, radio waves. I think. Okay. Yes, exactly. So funneling more blood into. Okay, this I don't understand.
Capillary.
What is it? I don't understand this part.
Capillaries. We have veins and arteries. در واقع ورید و شریان یا سیاهرگ و سرخرگ. But between veins and arteries we have some small veins which is named capillary or مویرگ.
I see. Thank you. So capillary is مویرگ.
Capillary.
I see. Okay.
capillaries in the skin.
Capillary. Thank you. Capillary. So it's moirag. I didn't know that. Thank you. I thought it's some sort of vein because I searched for the meaning. I couldn't find moirag in it. And I thought, okay, it might be just capillary in Farsi too. So it's not capillary in Farsi. Okay, thank you. So funneling more blood into capillaries in the skin, this vasodilation.
Vasodilation carries heat from the body's core to its surface. It's clear. Where it can be radiated away.
Yes, radiated away. How can you explain this part?
The mechanism that our body uses is to transfer the blood from the blood and by that the heat from the core of our body to the surface, and on the surface it can it can get rid of the heat by several mechanisms. One of them is radiating.
Yes, radiating means what?
Radiating means when your body is no, when you are hot or you are warm,
yes,
and you want to lose the temperature, the body can use several mechanisms. One of them is radiating, and radiating means to give the heat to other objects around your body, which is not in touch, and they are colder than your body. It is radiating.
Yes, very good, excellent. Yes, and by the way, while you were explaining that, I saw that we have dilation too. It's so, irritating. I don't understand the difference here. Okay, we have both dilation here and dilatation.
Yes.
And they both means becoming wider, but apparently dilatation is specifically for veins and vessels, blood vessels.
Yeah, in medicine we use dilatation, not dilation.
Okay.
It's more prevalent to use
even for pupils.
Dilatation.
Even for pupils, do you say dilatation or dilation? I remember dilated pupils, for example.
Dilated pupils, yes.
But dilatation is apparently just for veins and vessels. Am I right or not?
Dilation. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, that's I don't know. When I search for dilatation and dilation, I can see both of them being used for this. So I don't know. This is something technical. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So so we read up to it can be radiated away. Just one more paragraph and it will be over. Number 4.
Yeah, blood and sweat cool the body.
Yes. Let Shirin read this one. Cool. Please let Shirin read this one. Okay, Shirin.
Blood and sweat cool the body. Yes. Blood and sweat dissipate the vast majority of body heat through the skin.
Okay, wait. Blood and sweat dissipate the vast majority of body heat through the skin. Dissipate. What does dissipate mean?
Like separate, spread?
No.
Dissipate, carry.
No, not exactly. Not carry. It's the synonym of another word that starts with this. DIS, this.
Disappear.
Yes, very good. Very good. Excellent. But there is a difference. Disappear means to disappear, you know. Disappear means ناپدید شدن. Okay? It's somehow passive. معنای ناپدید شدن میده. ناپدید کردن نمیده. مگر اینکه بگید to make something disappear.
Yes.
Disappear. Amma dissipate means both. It can be disappear and also make disappear. Okay, for example, her worries dissipated. Okay, her worries dissipated. Or you can say he dissipated all the money. Made disappear. He made all the money disappear. It means both of them. So disappear just means what? Just means one, but dissipate means both. Disappear and
he dissipated all the money. Yes.
He dissipated all the money. For example, I read somewhere that, for example, someone inherited a lot of money from their father, but he dissipated them all in 1 year.
اگه بخوام بگیم تمام پول ناپدید شد باید بگیم all the money was disappeared.
But disappear میخواید بگید یا dissipate میخواید بگید؟ الان کدومو گفتید؟
اونجا دیگه disappear دیگه هر دو رو میشه استفاده کرد مشغولش.
خب شما بگید جملتون رو disappear یعنی که خودش ناپدید شدن معنی میده. ناپدید کردن معنی نمیده مگر اینکه تو استراکچر to make disappear بذاریدش. اما dissipate الان این جمله‌ای که گفتید من متوجه نشدم. dissipate گفتید توش یا disappear؟ dissipate هر دو معنی رو
all the money he dissipated all the money.
بله.
all the money was disappeared.
بله. No, was disappeared نداریم. Was made disappear. To make something disappear. Was made disappear.
Yes.
Okay,
was made disappear.
چون disappear خودش مجهول نمیشه. Okay, بذارید بهتون بگم. الان من به شک افتادم. Okay, was disappear. هم چیزی که من نشدم. He disappeared داریم؟ بله این باید transitive و intransitiveش چک کنم. Okay, eونجا disappears. Okay, مثلا when something disappears, it's gone. To disappear is to vanish. Disappear is made up of this, meaning do the opposite of. It disappeared. ناپدید شد. اما نمیتونیم بگیم مثلا can you disappear this؟ میتونی اینو ناپدید کنی؟ نه. Can you make this disappear؟ الو صدا میاد؟
Can you
make this disappear؟
Yes.
الان شما مثالتون این بوده. He dissipated all the money که خب این درسته به خاطر dissipate. اما اون یکیشو گفتید که all the money was disappeared was made disappear. ولی was disappear نه was made disappear من چک کنم. To make something disappear درسته. all the money was made disappear. بذارید چک کنم.
بقیه شد
چیزی نبود.
should cool evaporates which can be new.
The sun had disappeared behind a cloud. مثلا این مثاله. The path seemed to disappear. شد خودش to be lost. خب این خورده الان تریکی شد. من نمیتونم یه جواب قطعی بهتون بگم. After 2 weeks it seemed that the boys had simply disappeared. مثلا the boys disappeared ناپدید شدن، ما ترجمهش میکنیم ناپدید شدن. خب ولی به این معنی نیست که مفعولی در کاره، میدونید، چون ما شدن مثلا the boys disappeared ترجمهش میکنیم که اون پسرها ناپدید شدن، ولی این شدن مجهول نیست، اونا خودشون ناپدید شدن. خب یعنی نرفتن یه فاعل یه مفعول. آره مفعول نداره. ولی خب برای اینکه الان یه کلاس دیگه هم شروع میشه، باید یه سرچ بکنم با خیال راحت بهتون بگم. خب من اینو مینویسم disappear و dissipate.
خیلی ممنون.
ببخشید الان فوری پشت بند شما کلاستون شد، کلاس بعدی شروع شد. اوکی اگه یادم رفته بود حتما بگید شیرین جان. خب کلاس بعدی